Hi Pedro, Sean Sheehan here from SevereMMA.com. The last time we spoke was after your last fight against Daniel Weichel, and it seemed like it was the happiest night of your life. You got this massive win against Weichel, and you're coming back here onto the next fight. Have you kind of rode the momentum of that one? Coming off of that, obviously that unbelievable night, and are bringing it the same kind of positivity into this one.
Oh, sorry, Pedro, you're muted. 1 second.
Check. Yo.
There you go.
Yeah, good to go. Yeah, so I always bring 100% positivity to all my fights. That's me. That's always been me in all my entire life. I always been confident and positive about everything in my life overall. Regard the Weichel fight, I see it as a different kind of stage thing. Like I needed a fight. I needed a win. My career was. I was going through, like I've said in interviews before Weichel fight, I was going through the worst time of my career, and I needed to overcome it, to show everyone, and especially to show myself how capable I am. That's why, I didn't look for, a easy opponent. I looked for one of the toughest in the division. And I needed that win. I got that win. And now it's kind of like I shook everything off, and I see now I'm kind of back again. I can be again me, because I of course I had a ton of pressure going into that fight for not only the opponent that I had, but for the moment itself. I needed to win. It was like a kind of a win-win situation for me, and now. I'm free from that. I know I can go out there, perform. I can only focus on my skill set, and I know that I'm going out there and put on the best performance so far.
The last one you said that there was pressure now, but also it was in your adopted hometown, as you said, right where the bus dropped you off the first time you came to Ireland, outside the Tree Arena, against a name opponent like Daniel Weichel. Piotr's a little bit different, a very, very good fighter, but definitely not as known as Daniel Weichel, not known to many people in Paris as well, obviously away from either Portugal or Dublin. How kind of different is it? Is there a different sort of pressure here?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm kind of lucky that it's been on Paris, related to to Piotr. Piotr was like in the making of this fight, was my third opponent. I have 3 sets of opponents. One of them was a rank fighter, but and I took it, I accepted, but the fight didn't go up, and I got another one. Then bureaucratic kind of the issues didn't go forward as well, and then we got Piotr. Related to March, I was kind of happy because the biggest immigration community, Portuguese community, is in France. It's millions and millions and millions of Portuguese living in France. Like everyone in Portugal has some friend or some family that lives in France. And for sure, like this time, it won't be 10,000 Irish, men screaming for me, but for sure it will be a good thousands Portuguese men screaming for me in the arena. So I think I have a good home feeling as well here. But in the end of the day, those things don't bother me. I've been in home soil. I've been in enemy soil. I've been shouted. I've been booed. All those things don't matter for me. It's part of the game, and I kind of like it. In the end of the day, what really matters is when the cage door is shut, and it's me and him, and it's time to go. That's really what matters.
When that cage door closes, obviously Piotr is a very good fighter. I liken him a little bit to you on the feet. He comes forward, he throws lots of big shots. How do you think you match up with him? Obviously, he's a good wrestler as well, but what do you think of the matchup?
I think I'm taking this fight very, very seriously. It's not because he's doing his first Bellator fighting that I'm gonna kind of overlook him. I'm taking this fight as my the hardest fight of my career. I'm approaching this fight very, very, especially because I don't know, but I believe that he's taking this chance as the chance of his life, and I've been there, But this is my time to prove that I'm here to take the belt, that I'm the best, and stylistically, I see it. I see overall better than him. I can see myself better striker. He's a very good wrestler. He's a very good grappler. He has good submission skills. But I have my tricks, and specifically for him, we've been doing a good game plan. I've been a good camp, and I have some tricks on my sleeve as well. And overall striking, floor doesn't matter. We are prepared.
Thanks, Pedro. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Kobe?
Hi, Pedro. Kobe from the Pro Sports Podcasters. Last we talked was actually before the Weichel fight. You said we'd see the best Pedro Carvalho ever, and we did. You looked phenomenal, world class. Did something click during that camp ahead of that fight?
On Weichel one?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was the moment. I knew that I needed that because, like I said, I needed to win. My career, myself, needed a win. And was the opponent itself. I mean, I don't need to present Weichel. Everyone knows Weichel. Everyone knows his accomplishments and his career. And I knew I had to bring like more than my A game. And the pressure I don't know. The pressure makes me better. And even though I'm very confident, I feel that under pressure, the more pressure I have, the better I perform. And that was that moment. And like I've said, was that specific one was special. It was everything. I just felt that everything was special. Like not the others have been special, but that was different. Was like I've said, was like a accumulating of situations. My double debut, everything was just perfect, and it couldn't have been the other way. And I remember on second round when he kind of put me on the ground. I was like, no, fuck no, you're not gonna win tonight, no. And I remember I just I turned off the gas and never look back. And it is what it is. But yeah, it was. I wouldn't say that was my best performance. I don't think it was my best performance, but was undoubtedly so far the specialist night of my career.
It's fantastic, man. I hope you have another great night.
Thank you.
Mike?
Hey, Pedro. Appreciate you making time today. Just wanted to kind of talk about what you alluded to earlier, which, talking about coming into the Weichel fight, the atmosphere, the crowd. How did all of that, getting the win, getting all the stuff behind the scenes figured out with you, how did all of that kind of shape up to where you are coming into this fight and how you plan to attack the rest of 2022?
Big time because those two losses that I had, I put them on my back, especially the second one with JJ, where I should have gave to myself time because I wasn't ready. It was too soon to get into another fight, and I rushed in, and I paid a price. And after that, during those first 2 months, it was a hard process. It was just like when someone has an accident, he has to do physiotherapy, try to walk again. That was me. It concerns mentally, and I was always, my entire life, I was this, I consider myself this strong individual, mentally unbreakable, but I was in that bad shape. I need to, bit by bit, I knew I could get back, but I need to give myself time. And I needed to prove myself, I needed that moment to prove myself. And, I just gave myself time. And then when the time come with a Weichel fight, I knew that, I'm going to prove to everyone, but I was mainly focused to prove to myself that, hey, you can do it. Everything you said about you being the best, that you're going to be champion, you can do it. And after I got my hand raised, I just, like I've said, I shook it off those losses. I proved to everyone, and especially to myself, there, yeah, you can do it. And here I am. I'm on the track now. My eyes are completely focused in get that belt, finish what I started, and it's a matter of time. It doesn't matter if it's going to be in 1 year time or maybe 2. It's a matter of time until I'll be world champion.
Last one here from me, Pedro. Just going back to that moment, because that Bellator 270, the crowd, the event, everything, it's one of my all-time favorites, and you were there, so I don't have to tell you why. But when you come into a fight like that, where you're putting so much pressure on yourself and you know what you're carrying into the building that night, can you kind of take us all through what it was like being in that building, having that pressure on yourself? And now, obviously, things went your way, and what was that night like for you?
I think it's hard to put it into words. It's really one of those things that you needed to be there to feel it. You know what I mean? And the more than 10,000 people that have been there know it. But I would say that is spectacular and magical. It's unreal. It's unreal, absolutely unreal. And it was, especially for me, having 10,000 people screaming for me, it was goosebumps. I remember on the first round, I throw a high kick or a middle kick, and Weichel grabbed, and we end up scrambling and getting into the ground, and he ended up on my back. And normally, the hometown favorite, if he has in a bad position, people go silent, and I straight away everyone will go start screaming, shouted. I remember people going "Ole," and I remember just defending, and I just like for like half second I was just looking at everyone. I was like, "Fuck, this is amazing," and then I just continued to protect myself because I needed to. But it was magical, and I think it's if anyone that is an MMA fan, it needs to be in Tree Arena. It needs to be in Dublin and see with themselves how magical that is.
All right, we'll take our last question here from Carissa.
Thank you for speaking with us today, Pedro. My question to you is once you win your fight on Friday for the prelims, what would it mean for you to win in the big stage in France?
I mean, a win for me in France is the same as win for me in anywhere. Like, win is a win. I'm here, like I said, I'm here to get the belt. I want to finish what I started, be world champion, and this is just another step towards that goal. That's pretty it. I can't define it in other way. I'm here for business. I'm here to put on a performance. I intend to put on the best performance of my career. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna put a show for the fans, because that was kind of me until things not going well. Then I changed. I got mature. Now I fight for myself. But I know that my style makes fights appealing, but I'm interested in go out there, be clinical, put on a performance, put the featherweight on notice, and that's it. Just give one more step towards the belt and get the win.
And my follow-up for you, you're currently number 5 ranked in the featherweight division, and you say that you want the title. Do you feel like after this match on Friday, do you see yourself already facing for the title, or do you think you still need a few more opponents in order to?
Yeah, I think I need at least one more fight, depending on who it is. Maybe someone in top 5, kind of a number 1 contender fight. But definitely at least one more fight, I will need it.
All right. Thank you very much, Pedro. Appreciate your time.